by alien colors. You tried to get away, but you couldn't help returning to this odd little town. Every time you wandered, you stumbled onto its streets.
Every time you wandered, you stumbled onto its streets.
It sits along the highway and off the beaten path.
It sits along the highway and on the beaten path.
It's in the depths of a forest and in the middle of a desert.
And in the depth of the forest and in the middle of a desert.
It's surrounded by mountains and balanced on the edge of a deadly cliff.
It's surrounded by mountains and balanced on the edge of a deadly cliff.
It's the place where weird things happen, where the unreal becomes real.
It's a place where weird things happen, where the unreal becomes real.
Welcome back to Raven's Pass. It's been waiting for you.
Welcome back to Raven's Pass. It's been waiting for you.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1.
A Strange New
A
Life.
Strange New Life.
Xenia left her new home at 221 Juniper Street that morning.
Xenia left her new home at 221 Juniper Street that morning.
Glad it was the end of her first week at school.
Glad it was the end of her first week at school.
Being the new kid was the worst.
Being the new kid was the worst.
Raven's Pass Middle was the 5th school she'd attended since 1st grade.
Raven Pass Middle of the 5th school she had attended since 1st grade.
But she still wasn't any good at making friends. Spending all day alone was awful. Xenia walked down the first of many tree-lined streets towards school.
Xenia walked down the first of many tree-lined street toward school.
As she rounded the corner, she saw her again. It was the strange red-haired girl with the nose ring who always wore dark green clothes. She was leaning against a tree. She was staring at Xenia. Xenia frowned. Each morning she had noticed that girl waiting there. When Xenia passed by, the girl followed at a distance till they reached school. Xenia had also noticed how the girl sat alone at lunch.
Xenia had also noticed how the girl sat alone at lunch and
barely spoke to anyone. But whenever Xenia glanced over, the girl was staring at her.
But whenever
Xenia glanced over, the girl was staring at her. What does she want? Xenia wondered. There was one way to find out. She walked up to the girl. She gave a big, friendly smile and said, "Hi, I'm Xenia." After all, Xenia had nothing to lose. She probably wasn't going to be in Raven's Pass for long. Dad always seemed to get transferred just as she felt comfortable in a new place. Hi, the girl replied. Her eyes dropped down to her heavy-looking boots. What's your name? Xenia asked. The girl twisted her nose ring, which made Xenia squirm. It's Zephyr, but I prefer to be called Zeph. That's unusual. Makes two of us, I guess. Xenia laughed awkwardly.
watery.
Zeph nodded. Without another word, she started walking towards school.
Towards school.
Xenia followed after. How long have you lived in Raven's Pass? Xenia asked, trying to break the silence as they crossed the street. Zeph shrugged. My whole life. It got quiet again. But Xenia asked more questions. She found out that Zeph didn't really have friends because people thought she was weird. I like it that way, Zeph added. Which is why it's surprised to Xenia that Zeph spent the whole day with her. Zeph sat by her in class, and she plopped her tray down next to Xenia's lunch. She even caught up with her after school to walk home. And all that time, Zeph only talked when Xenia asked a question. See you on Monday, Zeph said when they parted at the street corner. Meet you right back here. Bright and early, Xenia said, smiling. She had finally made a friend. Over the next week, Zeph began to open up. Xenia didn't think the girl was weird at all. She just wasn't like other kids. Zeph was happiest around lots of trees. She took Xenia hiking on the trails around Raven's Pass. It was Zeph's favorite thing to do. Xenia was more comfortable inside a library. But she didn't mind being outdoors if it meant hanging out with a new friend. There was a different side to Zeph that Xenia didn't see till another week later. In class on Friday, Zeph slipped a note to Xenia. Get a hall pass to the bathroom 2 minutes after I leave, it said. Curious, Xenia did as she was asked. As she entered the girls' bathroom, Zeph greeted her with a mischievous look. School is boring, Zeph said. Let's skip. Xenia's eyes widened. Are you serious? But what about my bag? My homework? We can't just... Zeph cut her off with a laugh. Come on! She gripped Xenia's wrist and pulled her along. Zeph led her out into the hall, then through the back door near the gym. Where are we going anyway? Xenia asked as they dashed across the field. Zeph grinned. We're going on an adventure. Chapter